so heartfelt, warm welcome to CrossYoga Flow. I feel an amazing flow for you today with a theme that's really close to my heart. And if you want to just stay standing, you're welcome to do that on your mat. Stand hip width apart with your feet. And if you just ran in, pushed play, just ready to start, maybe you're a little bit of not able to stand still, just move, sway a little bit when you close your eyes, whatever. Get comfortable standing on your mat. Close your eyes and breathe. And I'll read a verse from 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Therefore, we don't lose heart. Though outward we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. So therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away. Yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out. So life can be hard, even though we live maybe in a Western country. We can feel the pressure of everyday activities. Maybe we get impatient, disappointed. And if that is you today, it was me at the moment, really being impatient for different things. Let's just hear God's voice saying, hold on, don't give up. There might be struggles outside. But just have your eyes fixed on the true things, important things. Gather your palms in front of you. And then lift up your hands towards the sky. And take your hands down again, palms still together. And as you reach your hands up again, inhale. And as you move your hands down in front of your chest, exhale. Repeat this a few more times. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, move your hands down. I like this, moving with our hands and our shoulders. And we can actually move it into a cross as well. So if you take your hands up one more time, and then move your hands and stop your hands in front of your face somewhere, and move your hand to your right side. front of your face again to your left side. And then down in front of your chest. So if it makes sense to you, maybe a surrender movement, making a cross in front of your chest. Close your eyes and just move. And maybe in front of the cross, surrender what you need to surrender today. Emotions, feelings, people, situations. Finish your last round. Bend your knees when you're ready and coming to a gentle forward fold with your knees bent, head pointing towards the ground, and sway from side to side. You can even move your legs a little bit. No right and wrong posture and movement right now. So as we go into our flow session, remember that you are free. That whatever you feel or notice right now, you can leave that in God's hands. And you can still move your body, focusing on what is true and right. And I believe in my life that is Christ and His love for each and every one of us and for this world. Walk your hands now to the front end of your mat. Spread your fingers out. Downward facing dog. Bending your knees. So coming into a little bit of warm up with our sun salutations. If you want to use your Ujjayi breath, welcome to do that. So you have that snoring noise going on to make a rhythm. Walk your hands to the front end of your mat. Forward folds, however bending your knees you have. Mountain pose, and hands down by your side. Sun salutation B. I'll do it slowly the first time. Bend your knees, hips back, chair pose. Coming to a forward fold, straighten out your legs, at least some straightening. Inhale, straight spine, jump or walk your hands on the ground, feet back. Find your plank, either on knees or toes, lower down. Get your chest on your mat. Lifting your chest, tiny bit, at least when we're still warming up. Make sure your shoulders are back. And then toes on the ground, lift up, finding downward facing dog. Hip width apart with your feet. Take your right leg to the top and push your knee underneath yourself to the front end of your mat. Going into warrior one. Foot on the ground, 45-degree ankle to the side. Lift up, hands towards the sky, closing your hip. Trying to get knee and ankle above each other. And then go into your vinyasa. So hands down on the floor, foot back, plank. Lower down, elbows by your rib. Lift your chest, down dog. Repeating that on the other side. Left leg moves up. Knee underneath your belly, foot to the front end of your mat. Lowering down the back foot to the side. Gaze to the ground, lift up, warrior one. You'll feel some tension here in your hip flexors. That's perfectly normal. Again, plank to low plank vinyasa. Flow. Lifting your chest. And down dog. Breathe. There is space. There is room. Inhale, walk or jump to the front end of your mat. Forward fold, exhale. chair pose, bending your knees as low as you like. And then mountain pose, hands by your hips, palms facing to the front. You can choose to skip some of those poses that we have. So do your version of sun salutations. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank to low plank. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog of your choice. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot between your hands, lower down that back foot. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, plank, low plank. Chest lifts, inhale. And exhale, down dog. Left leg, inhale, lift. Moving it to the front, exhale. Inhale, warrior one. Breathe. And exhale, plank to low plank. Spreading out your fingers. Lifting your chest. And down dog. Take a huge breath. Side it out if you like. Jump or walk against the front end of your mat. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, chair. And exhale, mountain. Getting your body warm one last time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank, low plank. Don't need to jump back, but if you like, do that to lower down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. When ready, inhale, right leg up to the front end of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, warrior one. And again, exhale. Remember to skip poses. Yet you prefer lower down. Chest lifts, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg, inhale. Move it to the front end of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, plank, low plank. Lift your chest, feeling that you're getting warm. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here in a down dog. Jump or walk, front end of your mat. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, inhale. And exhale, mountain. Catch your breath, close your eyes. Breathe. Just listen before we continue. Message version. So now we're not giving up. How could we? Even though on the outside it often looks like things are falling apart on us. On the inside, where God is making new life, not a day goes by without His unfolding grace. Thank you, God, for that. Don't give up. Take your hands above your head, palms together. Relax your shoulders. Navel in as we're going to do a balance pose of warrior three. Right leg moves behind you, hands in front of you. You can go for your airplane, hands instead if this is easier. Flex your foot, straighten your legs, breathe. Let your hands again reach the floor, still right leg lifted, but this time lift it higher. Go to your forward fold with a split, or the best you can do, just lift. Right leg up. Nose towards that left knee. Closing your hip again, moving right toe behind you on the mat, bending front knee, lowering down your hip, twisting in this pose. So right hand on the floor, belly in towards your inner thigh, so lift up, left hand towards the sky. Then we're going to do a sequence that we will build up posture by posture. Both hands on the ground, one hand on each side of the foot, and scoot yourself back, straightening it out, some version of it at least, both legs, hips in, so you don't move your hip out to your left side. Again, bending front knee, whole of the foot down, knee moving a little bit toward your pinky toe. Turn your back foot, heels aligned, warrior two. Going as wide and as low as you need to today. Hands out. Breathe. Amazing. Reverse your warrior, palms facing up and lean back, still bending front knee. Looking down maybe towards the back foot. And then windmill your hands around, reaching the floor, lifting back heel, finding down dog. And maybe side it out. Don't give up. Taking your vinyasa flow, or stay here if you like. Inhale if you do your vinyasa flow plank. Exhale, lower down. Slowly inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath. Coming to the front end of your mat, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Mountain pose, inhale. Palms together. Scoot your shoulders down. Focus your eyes, your gaze somewhere. Put your weight on your right leg. Move your left leg behind you, slowly finding what kind of balance you have today. Hips closed. Try to go for as straight as you can. Legs. Hands reach the floor in front of you. Lift up left leg even higher, pointing your toes at this point. Forward fold without you falling on your head. And don't give up. All right, releasing. Letting your left foot reach the back of the floor, heel lifted, lowering down your hip. Twisting, left hand up, and even a little bit back to get a chest stretch. Awesome. Both hands down the ground, one on each side of the front foot. Move it back, straightening out both legs if you can. Toes up and forward fold. Warrior two, bending again front knee, moving the back heel around, or foot around, and lifting up in your warrior two. Hands out, shoulders aligned with your hips. Erected spine so you don't lean either forward or backward, at least not yet. And reversed warrior, palms facing up, lean back. Remember to bend your front knee a whole lot as you move your torso back. down dog. Take a rest in child's pose if you like it or need it right now. Do your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Lower down, exhale. Make elbows really touch your ribs. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Down dog. Breathe. Now, during hard times, we are learning a whole lot about ourselves. So what are you learning at the moment? Not about other people, but about yourself. What are you learning at the moment with whatever you're going through? Look to the front end of your hands, jump or walk again. Folding forward. Finding your high mountain palms together. In my life, I think God is trying to teach me, I would say, patience. That's a tough one. Moving again through our poses, adding a little bit more into our poses and going a little bit faster. Again, right leg behind you, warrior 3. Taking our time as this is a balance pose. Opening up your hip, right leg lifts higher, forward fold with hip opening pose. Releasing and lowering down, right foot. Maybe scooching left leg a little bit forward. Twisting, left hand reaches towards the sky. Go low on your hip, straightening out the back leg. Both hands down on the ground. Take a huge inhale as you move back. And as you go into a forward fold, exhale. One breath here. Warrior 2. Move to the front end of your mat again. Bend your front knee. Move the back leg around. And find your warrior 2. Reverse the warrior, palms up. And move back. Again, into warrior 2, in the sense that we're moving both our hands down to the sole here, or the arch of the foot, and then walk your hands back, straightening out the front leg, bending the back knee, and sitting somewhat down, stretching your inner thigh here. You can go further down, almost sitting on your heel here. My knee can't do that. Again, move to the front end of your mat. Warrior 2, feet still going on. And lift. Right hand up. Now you can take your hands on the inside of the foot here and the outer edge of the foot. If you want to go for a binding, just one time that we're here, take that hand above your head behind you. And that hand on the sole of your foot behind the knee. And see if your hands can reach each other. Lifting up. Don't have to go all the way you're binding. Just for your breath here if you like. Beautiful. Release. Left hand down. Take your right hand up. And see if you can move that front leg back. Finding your plank. Go on your elbow. Go on your knees if you like. Both hands down on the ground, finding down dog. Exhale. Beautiful. Again, option of doing your vinyasa flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Lifting your chest, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Front end of your mat. Forward fold, exhale. High mountain, palms together, inhale. And take a breath. Stand tall, but in a relaxed version of this. Warrior 3. Left leg this time. Slowly. Foot back, hands to the front. Hands reach the floor, lift up, left leg higher, forward fold, one huge breath. And then bend your knee, lower down, left toes on the ground, bending front knee. Twisting your right hand up and move it back. Beautiful. Warrior 2, moving back foot around, lifting up. Warrior 2. Again, look towards your front hand, and then reverse it. Move back. Warrior 2, at least for a few seconds. Then take your hands there. Arch of your foot and move yourself back, bending the back foot, stretching out, front knee, toes pointing up. Moving back, still feet in Warrior 2. Right hand down, left hand up. Now this can be a little bit uncomfortable. If you want to use your block, you can do this, or you can do your binding, that lifted, elevated hand behind you, the hand from the ground underneath your kneecap, and see if your hands can reach each other. Shoulders stacked on each other, if you can. And remember to breathe. Amazing. Again, right hand down, left arm up. Move or push your foot back, finding your plank in a version that is completely up to you. And down dog. So I asked you before, what are you learning right now? If you have things that you know you're learning right now, try just to receive it. You are in a process of being a more lovable person by learning new stuff from God. Take your vinyasa and wrap it up in child's pose. Lifting your chest. Knees down, maybe knees a little bit out to the side. Forehead on the ground, hands behind you. At least that's what I prefer. And relax. And as you're down here, listen to another verse that's one of my favorites at the moment. The Message version. 2 Corinthians 12. Paul writes, I was giving a gift of a handicap to keep me in constant touch with my limitations. Satan's angels did his best to get me down. What he in fact did was push me to my knees. No danger of walking around high and mighty. At first I didn't think it was a gift, and I begged God to remove it. 3 times I did that, and then he told me, my grace is enough. That's all you need. My strength comes into its own in your weakness. Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. It was a case of Christ's strength moving in my own weakness. Take your hands further towards you or towards the front end of your mat. Spread out your fingers, getting into down dog. Just one last thing here on the mat before we do a bit of stretching and resting. Take your right leg up and move your right leg underneath your belly, coming into your plank. Keep it here, one breath. And then move it back again, lifting it up. One more time underneath your belly. You can arch your back a little bit up, finding maybe your weakness here. Lifting it up. And then one more time underneath, and then move your foot to the front end of your mat yet again. You can choose to go down on your knee, your left knee, or lift up into your crescent lunge or high lunge. Arms up. Take a hold of your left wrist and then move your body to your right side. So you get a side stretch in your lunge pose. Let that go. Take your hands on the inside of your front foot, coming into a deep bend. Again, knee and ankle above each other, and lower down, left knee on the ground. Licet, I think it's called. So move your hips down and forward, feeling a stretch on your hamstrings, on your hip flexors, and even moving further down on your elbows, 1 or 2, if your body allows it. Breathe deeply. So quit focusing on the handicap and begin to appreciate the gift. That is so powerful and so important. Hands on your mat again. Moving yourself back, down dog for the last time today.
don't want to take your knee underneath your belly, just go for your plank on your elbows, on your knees. Left leg, lifting it up, coming into your plank, hug in your knee underneath your chest, round your back, chin towards your chest, and breathe. And then lift your leg up again, beautiful. One more time, underneath your belly, arch your back. And one more time, lifting it up. And foot to the front end of your mat. Scooching it out to the side. Hands on we're gonna have our present lunge. So lift up. Hands towards the sky. Try not to arch your back in the sense of going back, but a straight spine. Hands up. And take a hold of your right hand this time. Pull your right hand to your left side. Maybe feeling something all the way down from your knee. And then release. And now we're ready to take our hands and shoulders on the inside of our foot. Knee down. Push your heel or your knee back a lot so there is space for a deep stretch. Stay here on your hands or go low on your elbows. Relaxing every single muscle fiber in your body as best you can right now. And shifting our focus can also be taught in yoga. So right now I can focus on where it hurts a little bit, where I'm stretching, or I can try to refocus on the gift of breathing. Awesome. We don't move back in down dog, but we do our frog pose. So I would recommend you to fold your mat once or twice at least. If you have a blanket, please use that for your knees. Take your knees out to the side. Hips and knees are aligned. And flex your foot so you have like that frog pose feeling in your legs. And I hope just by staying here, you can feel that on the inner thigh. So of course, welcome to stay just here. But maybe it's more comfortable to come down on your block or just on your elbows, trying to relax your forehead somewhere on your hands. Breathing. And again, practicing for shifting our focus. Three more breaths. Awesome. Oh, the hard part is gathering your legs again from this pose. Whew. Unfold your mat yet again. Plow pose, deep forward folds. If you know your plow pose, just get into it. Don't look to the side. I will let you know when it's time to get out of it. So get into your plow. If you have issues with your back, anything, this is your plow pose today. Bending your knees and move forward like this. This is basically bow pose, plow pose, but in plow pose, if you don't know what to do, just have a look. Look what I'm doing, and then you get into it. Lifting up your hips above your shoulders, knees bended, or maybe you're stretching out your knees. See if toes can reach the floor. Relax your
your shoulders. Maybe you hold your hips. Maybe have your hands down, whatever. Close your eyes and breathe. All right, take a hold of your hip. Don't look to the side. Close your eyes. As you hold your hip, slowly come down with your spine on your mat. Bend your knees and feet on the ground and just stay here. Maybe you windshield your legs from side to side before we get into a resting pose for 4 or 5 minutes. As always, when we finish up, you are so welcome to stay longer on your mat. Maybe you need it. So don't jump up. But when you're done with your resting pose, start with slow movements and fingers and hands and all that, and then gently come back. No rushing. So, resting pose. Stretch out your legs, feet out to the side, and hands down on the ground, palms facing up. Maybe you take a huge inhale, and as you exhale, release. It's almost like your whole body is asleep, but your mind is still present. Stay down there with your eyes closed. Breathing deeply. I'll read the last part of the verse again. My grace is enough. It's all you need. Maybe you need to speak that to yourself right now. Maybe you need to refocus. My strength comes into its own in your weakness. So where do you feel defeated, beaten down? Maybe you've given up. But God has not given up. Your strength is Christ's way of working through you, even though you might not see it. I quit focusing on the handicap
and began appreciating the gift. It was a case of Christ's strength moving in my weakness. I take limitations in stride and with good cheer. These limitations that cut me down, abuse, accidents, opposition, bad breaks, I just let Christ take over. So the weaker I get, the stronger I become. And before I turn off the live stream, I hope you will say a prayer with me. Christ, I want to thank you that you use my weaknesses. Help me to trust in you, focus on you, and not things that are of this world and things that are hurting or defeating us. Christ, help us to live holy, pure lives, serving you, the people around us. And I wish you God's peace in body, soul, and mind. Please stay on the mat. But thank you for you and for now.